Hey everybody! Welcome to the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And to celebrate Turkey Day, today, of course, obviously, we're going to make turkeys. This is my best one. Now I will admit I had to use a little bit of tape at the top to get it to stay closed. That is an option, okay? Or if you have a little bit of glue or paste. I would probably go with paste because it's drier. But if you only have glue, then I'd put a paper clip on it until it dries, okay? I like the tape, it gives it a little bit of flexibility. And instead of just using my fingers today, I'm going to use a pen to help me get a really good hard crease in everything that I'm doing. Because as you see, once you get up to the head, that's a lot of paper. That's very thick. Actually, even, you can see this piece of paper even tore a little bit because there's so many layers together, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fold corner to corner. No, I'm gonna fold side to side. See, it's one of those days. So these corners are going to corners, but we're gonna fold side to side. I'm gonna open that guy up and we're gonna pretend we're gonna make a paper airplane. I'm gonna fold this side to the center, that first crease. Now, yes, last week when we talked about this, I said a lot of times I will try to leave a little bit of extra room between the edge of my paper and the crease that I'm going to allow for the thickness of the paper. This is the exception to that rule because I want those guys to be as close to each other as possible, okay? So once I get my square, now I'm going to pretend I'm making a paper airplane. So I'm going to fold this corner down to this line. Use my little pen here. I'm going to fold this corner down to this line. Okay? There's nothing wrong with using tools. That's why well, I can't say we've evolved further than apes because they are actually using tools. That is why they're the great apes. Okay, we're gonna fold that guy. See, so it looks like it's gonna be a paper airplane. But unlike a real paper airplane, this guy's gonna be a lot more like a turkey and just not fly. Domestic turkeys do not fly because they're too big. They're also very dumb. And when it rains, they have to take them inside or the silly things will drown. All right, so we have it like this. Now I want to fold this point to this end. Now, the funny thing is in all the videos, I see them folding it so the top part goes over here. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm gonna put this, so all my folds are facing down, and then I'm gonna bend this guy back so I can see where the point goes. Okay, and I'm going to give that a nice crease. And you see, this is not a perfect square. We have these little indents here and here. That's okay. That's what we want. We want to have those little indents. Okay, I'm going to set it point down and away. Now I spin these guys around a lot. See, now I want it toward me so that I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm gonna fold, this is where we're gonna make the fan fold for the tail. So I came about between quarter and a half inch. And then I'm gonna fold this guy up. And again, this might be where it's easier. So I can line up my base and my next fold. So if my turkey gets dizzy while I am folding him, it's okay. He's made out of paper, he will not care. Okay? I think the hardest part about this part is making sure everything stays lined up and centered. Okay, this just takes practice. And then, okay. So now we're gonna turn him over and we're gonna fold down just a little bit. And this is definitely where I need this pen because that is a lot of thicknesses of paper all together. And I want to give that a nice hard crease, okay? Because that's going to be his little face. Okay, so we've done the accordion fold. and that's going to be his tail feather. Now we say, okay, well, how are we going to make him sit up? I'm going to put his beak down, and I'm going to fold him so his head tucks right up against the bottom edge of his feathers, okay? And again, this is where I definitely need to use some kind of a tool to help get that crease. So his head came, there's the tail, right up to there, okay? Then I'm going to flip him over and I'm going to fold his chest to his back. Now while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you, while I'm doing this, I'm keeping track of that center fold, okay? That way I can make sure everything is lined up and he's going to be as square as possible. He's going to be this side of cool. Okay. Once I get that folded, and yeah, I want to give that a nice hard crease too, I'm going to fold along that center crease. Look at all this paper. Look how thick that guy is. That's a lot. It's a lot of paper, but that's okay. That's what we want. Okay. So I'm going to pull his tail out a little bit, and I'm going to give it another little crease. And then I'm going to open up, start opening up the fan of his tail. And I'm going to kind of bend the outsides a little bit. And see, look at that. I've got these two little pieces right here, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tape those bad boys together. So I'm going to hold it. And I already tore off a tiny, tiny piece of tape. Obviously, you can use a bigger piece of tape. I'm just a perfectionist and slightly crazy, so sometimes I do little tiny detail work like that. That should not have gone as well as it did, so I'm super excited. All right. So I can kind of pop his tail up a little bit like that. And then his face, pull his face out so that he can actually see where he's going. And because he's a turkey, we got to give him a little bit of a hook nose. Okay. A little bit of a hook nose, because turkeys have that. Okay. And this little guy is ready for the kitchen table. You could do so many turkeys and have them just hide them around your house and see if your guests, when we finally have guests, just start making turkeys and hide them everywhere and see what happens. So this is our little Thanksgiving guy. We are very thankful for him, as we are very thankful for you. I hope you all have a great holiday. Talk to your family on the phone, do video chats, do everything you can. Be sure to tell everybody you love them. All right, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.